Welcome to the Bronx Journal. I'm your guest host, Marcos Cabrera. The Celia Cruz High School of Music has only been in the scene for less than a decade, but has still made enough noise to find its name within the top of the list of magnet schools throughout the city. On today's show, principal and founder, Dr. William Rodriguez, will take us through a personal tour of the school and tell us what makes this institution of musical phenoms so special. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me, Marcus.
Now, Dr. Rodriguez, how and when was the school established?
The school opened in 2003 as part of the Bronx New Century High School Initiative and creating small schools. It's part of the small school movement. When in 2001, 2002, they reached out to all Bronx educators to come together to create small schools. And I joined, created a team of people to design a high school of music to be one of the small schools to open.
Nice. So were you, I understand you were a vice principal elsewhere. How did you get this position?
Well, just next door at Dewey Clinton High School, I was assistant principal of the arts there. I took care of music and the visual arts and supervising the instruction there for that. And when the call came out for educators to come out to create small schools, I thought it was time that the Bronx had its own high school of music, similar to the other boroughs. That was really the premise for creating the high school of music, to have a school in the Bronx where kids audition to, similar to the other boroughs. The other boroughs, as you know, Manhattan has three.
Right.
Brooklyn, Queens, the Frank Sinatra High School of the Arts.
Right.
And I wanted to emulate a school like those in the Bronx, where the kids, I watched their programming. I designed the school to have the same kind of national and state standards of music for these students, and have them audition and have them assessed by the New York State School Music Association every year. So they're evaluated and assessed in that way as well.
I see. And the name Celia Cruz, did Celia Cruz actually have any involvement with the school?
No.
Why is her name being used to represent your institution?
Well, that's a good question and a very interesting one indeed. When I designed, the proposal for the school went out to the Board of Education as the Bronx High School of Music. And then it was set to open in 2003, as it did. And Celia Cruz passed away in July of 2003. And that was when the Mayor Bloomberg, took over the Department of Education and took over the entire system. And he wanted to name a school after her. He knows that in history, Celia Cruz was studying to be a teacher before her singing career catapulted her in a different direction. And he wanted to name a school after her, and someone whispered in his ear somewhere downtown that a high school of music was opening in the Bronx in a month, in September. So right here at Lehman College, on August 20th of 2003, was where he had the news conference to rename the school from the Bronx High School of Music to the Celia Cruz Bronx High School of Music.
Nice. What's the curriculum like in the school, and how does it differ from other high schools?
Well, we're a standard-based academic rigor, high academic rigor high school. We design our school for the students to succeed throughout high school. So all their courses are the same. It's a public school. The only difference is that they audition to be in the school. We want them to be extremely interested in music. We're going to engage them in studying music throughout their 4 years with us, as well as get them through high school successfully as they go through our courses.
Can you name all the bands or ensembles that your school has?
Well, they're numerous, and but we do have the symphonic band, the concert band, and the freshman band. Then we have the freshman chorus, the select choir, and the show choir. We have women's choir. Then we have the freshman string ensemble, as well as the chamber orchestra. And then we also have an array of jazz quartet. We have a jazz band, jazz quartet, a string quartet, and a variety of ensembles that encompass all sorts of music.
And how are students performing overall in their academics?
Oh, they're doing very, very well. I enjoy very much that we have a high attendance rate. We have a very high graduation rate, and I'm really, really satisfied. This year we had the very difficult quality review that all schools in New York City are going through, and I'm happy to say that we got the highest rating, as well as it was called well developed, and I'm very happy for that. I'm very happy for our teachers that work so hard to get us to that point.
Very good. What is the graduation rate for your school?
Well, this year we're projected to have 87%.
That's high.
And I'm really, really happy with that. And it takes a lot to do that. And I'm very, very proud of our staff and very proud of our students for working as hard to get there.
Yeah, well, that's very impressive. I remember when I was back in high school, I won't name the school, but the percentage was in the 40s at best. So.
Well, that's part of the small school movement. That's the reason why it started. As you know, the large high schools, too many of them were not faring well, and in the 20, 30, and 40% range of graduating students, and too many of our students were falling through the cracks. The idea of small schools was that it gives everyone a chance to focus more on the individual student and not have them fall through the cracks, and and know who they are and really monitor their progress and target their progress through high school.
Very impressive. Your school has gotten the opportunity to perform in several places, including Disney World. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm very proud of them, and I remember when they first asked us to do it, the teachers came forward and said, you know, I think we're prepared to move on and get to Disney and perform there. And what it is that Disney is called Magic Music Days, and high schools throughout the country do it. It happens on the West Coast as well, in Disneyland. And here on our side, on the east side, several schools send in their applications. It's very thick. You have to send a video. You have to send all sorts of documentation in order to get accepted to go. And we've gone in 2006, and they selected us to play President's Day in February. So we've gone in 2006, 2008, and we just went there in February 2010. We took 110 students, the full symphonic band, the chamber orchestra, and the show choir.
Well,
And the women's choir.
We have footage of one of your, I believe it's a symphonic band,
Okay.
playing, and we're going to take a look at that right now.
Okay, great.
Please show the footage.